Now we want to cover some basic electronic troubleshooting on the SM916. If you come upon the unit and you notice there's no power to the console, first thing you want to verify, do you have power coming to the unit? You want to look at your power supply. Verify you have a green light on. If you do, that means we have power coming from the wall. You want to move to your next step. If there's no green light on, you want to verify that you have power in the wall itself. Now that we have the green light on, we want to come over to this side. I've already removed the side cover to show the side of the lower board. As you can see here, we have two red lights are on. The lower one is your relay light. You want to make sure your relay light's on and your power light. If those two lights are on, you verify that you have power coming into the board. The next thing you want to verify after that is you want to verify that you have power coming out of the board going up to the console. To do that, you have your main wiring harness that goes from the lower board up to the console. So you want to verify power there. First thing you want to do is you put your black lead into your black wire and your red lead into your white wire. As you notice, once you get the connection correct, you have 14.72. We're looking for between 12 and 16 volts. We have 14.72 volts, so that means we have power coming out of the board. That tells you your board is good. Now we want to move up to the top. Once you verified that, now you need to verify the cable coming up to the console. First thing you want to check is that you have your cables off, your side power plastic panels off. You want to check your wiring harness coming up the unit here. You want to verify that this connection here is plugged in correctly. As you notice, they have it plugged in and they've used some hot glue stick to keep it together. The next thing you want to verify is that your wires are all in and that the colors are connected the same, red to red, white to white, and so forth. I inspect those look good, they look like they're all plugged in correctly. So the next thing we want to do is we want to verify power into the console. You want to remove the console, take the 4 Phillips screws off. Once you have the 4 screws removed, you want to make sure that it is plugged in correctly, that the little tabs are clipped onto the connector. They are. So we know that we're plugged in properly. Now we want to check power to the console. So we want to remove the connector. Put your console down, because on this machine here there's really no third hand or ledge to lay the console on, so you need to remove the console to do this check. On some of this PT, 7000 PT, you have a reading rack here where you can lay that on and do this check. So once you have that disconnected, you want to have your meter out on volts. You want to take your probes. You want to put your red one into the white, and your black into the black, and you want to verify between 12 and 16 volts. You see here that we have 15.3, 15.29. That means you have power coming to the console. If at that point you have power coming to the console and the console still doesn't light up, that means you have a bad console. Replace console. If you had no power coming from there, as you noticed earlier, we verified we did have power coming out of the board. At that point, it means you have a bad main connector, and you want to replace your main wiring harness. One of the things that they changed on this machine to eliminate this connection problem is our new wiring harness on the SM916. On the 7000 PT and some of the early SM916s, they used, as you showed you earlier, the 2-piece connection. Now it's a 1-piece wiring harness. So you can eliminate this step whenever you're doing electronic troubleshooting for no power or power to the board. Once you verify those things, like I said, it's either a console or a main cable. And if you replace the cable at this time, you'd be using a one-piece cable. Once you've done that, you've eliminated and you've corrected the problem with no power to the console.